Justin, you see that?
I did.
I slammed a Cyclone Alfred into next week, but I hope I didn't slam him into next week. I don't want to see him ever again. But I slammed that tornado like Matt Hardy once did. Could you believe it?
I could believe it.
Oh.
I thought Matt Hardy was here for a second.
You just start hearing, oh yeah! He's just appearing in your front door. He's walking in.
We need some Nick Storm facts.
Oh my god. Instead of Matt facts, just Nick facts.
Yeah.
Look, while the intro's playing, I'll just list a bunch of facts. He loves chicken nuggets. He's a dog person. All this stuff. Long walks on the beach, whatever the case. But, g'day ladies and gentlemen, it's Nick Storm, the Australian icon. Holy hell, welcome to the 50th. I can't even freaking count that many. Honestly, maybe I could if I wanted to. Welcome to the 50th episode of Figure Friday. I can't believe we've made it this far and not gotten cancelled off the airwaves, as Danhausen likes to say. Justin, how the hell are you doing?
Can you get canceled off of YouTube? Probably,
No,
right?
People definitely have. I won't.
People,
lie.
yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know. I don't think I have it in me to get cancelled off of anything because I'm so awesome, right?
That's true.
No.
Yeah, no, you're good. I'm doing well.
Justin.
I'm good. I'm glad that we're back. Dude, Cyclones can't stop us.
It was crazy, man. So literally, as I'm making last week's thumbnail, as I'm in the middle of making last week's thumbnail, my power goes out and I think it was literally like a week ago, probably like a week exactly that it was happening. Can't keep me down, dude. I kicked out at 2, bro. 2.999. And here we are, a little bit late, but hey, better late than never. And if you guys are just tuning in and aren't aware, there's going to be a Figure Friday double feature going on this week. So you might be like in America, oh, what the hell? It's Thursday. What the frick? Well, guess what, pal? It's 9 a.m. on a Friday in Australia. It still counts. And tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, we will be interviewing Tom Sanford, Dramatico Rising from Ringside Collectibles himself.
What?
Oh man, how are they in hand, dude? Because I can't wait to get my hands on those. Seriously, like
they're so nice. I love these figures. I can't wait to talk to Tom about them. I can't wait to find out what's next. These shoulder pads. Look at those shoulder pads.
Oof, man, they're removable. I mean, of course they're removable. What are we freaking 3 years old? They're going to be removable.
Yeah, what year is this, Nick?
Yeah, what year is this, right? We're in the bone crunching days still.
These aren't lubes.
No, yeah. Wait, what? They aren't what?
Galoobs.
Oh, I only heard the last half of that word. So I want to talk to everyone in the chat because we have. Yeah, I know, right? This is what I'm trying to do here. Let's talk to everyone in the chat because we have a man. Thank you for holy hell. There's so many people who are geared up and ready to enjoy Figure Friday on a Thursday. For one, I want to thank you for being here. Aussie Legends, how the hell are you? I'm pretty decent. Thank you, man. How the hell are you? We've also got Ricky Red Devil, got Joe M. Very cool, since I don't know if I'll be able to make the Friday one this week. Hey, there you go. You can always watch them on demand as well. But it's good that you're catching this one live if you can't get tomorrow, you know. I mean, I'm just freaking grateful. Dude, Dino Spumoni is here. We got everyone who is anyone, okay? Ricky Red Devil, Dream Match, who is in the show right now, running the show. You know he's in the chat, dude, supporting. Dude, so many people. Jacob, the wrestling fan as well. Happy 50th, Aussie Legend says. Yes, it is my 50th birthday. I look pretty decent for 50. Some people may think I look awful for 50, and yeah, I look awful for 50, and I'm actually 23. That's probably that's more of my sort of take. What do you think? Do I look all right for 50?
I think you're doing all right.
Yeah, at least someone does. It's fine.
I got your back.
You're like my grandmother figure, you know. You're gonna call me like, oh, you're a handsome young boy. You're a handsome young lad. But Justin, did you see what happened freaking this past week, man? When I didn't have eyes or reception, a bunch of damn reveals.
A lot of reveals.
Dude,
some things we even got in hand already. Not to spoil it.
Oh man, I'm jealous of anyone who has that, Kenny. I'm tweaking over like that. For one, for 2, actually for 3. I'm tweaking for 3 of those Kennys. If anyone wants to send them to me, I will happily oblige. Jealous A, dude, exactly, man. Oh, we'll get more into all of that freaking thing. But what did we have, Justin, this week? We had Mattel Creations. We had, I believe, an AEW pay-per-view. So there was New York Toy Fair as well, showing off some new things. What else is there? Is there anything that blew you away this week?
I love that Kenny Omega. Mattel Creations. The Scott Steiner. Super excited for that.
Oh,
King
yeah.
Kong Bundy from Zombie Sailor Toys. I mean, we're going to get into all of this, but that King Kong Bundy, 5 count.
Dude, it looks so good. It seriously looks great. It makes me want to get that old authentic scale ring steel cage and have a little Hogan photo shoot with that King Kong Bundy. But I think, what do you freaking say? Let's go, oh yeah, and get into the reveals. First off, we got some big rubber guys, man, and I'm very, very excited to see how this Kerry and the Bruiser Brody look in particular. But these guys are shipping in the fall. We have Kerry Von Erich, Bruiser Brody, Haku, and Tonga Kid. No, not Tonga Loa. Okay, thank God, not Tonga Loa. Never Tonga Loa. Anyway, what do you think of these?
I thought you were going to bring up the head scan.
Oh, the smiling head scan. I should have that as a jump scare. Little image just flashing. Maybe I'll work through that during the episode. But do you have any? I can't remember because I always probably keep asking you this. Do you have any big rubber guys? Are there any in particular that you're keen to see the final product on in this set?
Yeah, I've been collecting this line. Not all of it. I'm not a completionist. I couldn't be if I wanted to be. Like, the thing with big rubber guys is they're big and they take up a lot of space, and so I don't have as much space for the big guys as I used to. But I want all 4 of these. Kerry Von Erich, top of the list. Bruiser Brody next, and then the Islanders are fine. But for me, this is like filling a lot of holes in my LJN collection that guys that we never got in the late 80s, early 90s. So this is pretty exciting.
Yeah, man. Like, for one, I mean, I think the Islanders are like, they're toyetic and they fit that LJN aesthetic, in my opinion. You know, they have like the pretty enough colors, and it's like, oh, okay. I mean, I can imagine that in an LJN line. And this Kerry looks fantastic. I hope that's like, because this is probably renders, right? It says, okay, it says, final product may vary at the bottom. But that Kerry, that head scan, that likeness is looking fantastic, honestly. Like, already looking really nice. I think the one thing with the big rubber guys that, from what I've seen, one critique if I can give, but I don't know, maybe it is just following that LJN pattern, but I think it's sometimes when you get the finished product and you see the paint apps on the eyes, they can be a little bit like, I don't know, just like a little, I don't want to say cartoony because that sounds degrading, but I think it's an aesthetic, you know, it's a certain look that people go for. And they just, I think they could look a little bit more like scented, if anything, but they're probably still working out a lot of kinks in the line. This line is very, very new still. And they're pumping product out like nobody's business.
I think they've got a new designer too, so they may have fixed some of those issues that they've had in the past. One of the things that also stands out to these for me is the Haku. He's in the LJN pose that the original was in, which I think is kind of a neat homage, but it's also kind of like, I kind of would have liked to see in a different pose.
Yeah, it is cool. Like you said, I didn't know that, right? That's a pretty like deep cut sort of thing. I think like if I'm an LJN fan and I know of that Haku or have had that, because wasn't that like a mail away?
No, but
was it like an exclusive or something?
So it was in the dying days of the line, and basically Grand Toys took over the license for it from LJN, and they were making them in Canada. And it was sort of a mail away where, like, if you got the classic wrestling magazines, there would be a page in the back where it'd be like the wrestling ring, and you could order through there. So I was ordering some of these figures through like the wrestling magazines. You know, at the time, cool. It felt like they were super expensive. When you look at the prices now, you're like, oh man, if I only would have known.
Right. That's like I don't know if I'm just a traditionalist, but like that idea of having to go through a magazine to get a specific figure, I think that's pretty cool. I
Hmm.
would like to see that like make a comeback, but then again, what magazines, what physical magazines are people reading nowadays?
Well,
Better Homes and Gardens? What is it?
when they launched this line, they put an ad, I think, in Pro Wrestling Illustrated. So that was kind of the cool
Ah,
throwback.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's neat. Okay. Dude, you see the sun over here is like the biggest heel. I don't know what's happening. It's making me orange, okay? And I don't have that Hogan tan.
Don't
Or
count
do I?
yourself short, brother.
Or do I, brother? That doesn't work for me, dude. The PWI ad's pretty cool. I might have to check that out because that's neat. Because yeah, PWI still. This isn't PWI Friday. This is Figure Friday, pal. But I'm excited to see how these look in person. I'll say that. Final note.
You're gonna get heat from Bill Apter.
Oh, dude, me and Bill, it's 1-on-1, brother. If I
I
see
think you could take him. I think you got him.
Bill, Mr. Apter, if I may, if I see you in the street, lock up time, okay? We lock up. And I'm not taking no for an answer. But the Bruiser Brody, I will say, I want to see how that chain looks, because that looks... I'm trying to limit my swearing. That looks effing awesome. There you go.
No swear jar yet.
No, dude, I'm about to get this. Yeah, I'm about to get a jar out and just put like coins in it through the whole episode. Maybe figures in it through the whole. I don't. That sounds not great. You did it. Thank you, Dream Match. I know even Dream Match is patting me on the back. Thank you. So let's move on. Let's see what else we got through this. Oh, talk my ear off about this, Justin Liger.
This is the Grapplers and Gimmicks. Tony Norris, aka Ahmed Johnson, kicking doors down and beating up Gold Dust.
There's only one. Dude, that's what I do in my pastime. I mean, my hobbies, they go from figure collecting, kicking down doors, and beating up Gold Dust. So, I mean, I can relate with Mr. It's not Ahmed, is it?
Ahmed.
No, what's the other name that you used for him?
Tony Norris.
Yeah, it's not Tony Norris, okay? But yeah, these thigh pads are so unique. Yeah, one thing I do like about Ahmed Johnson, especially if you go watch those like late '90s Raws, he's so unique, like in his gear and his attire, and that's something that like I don't know if you were seeing much of back then. Like if I'm remembering a lot of like. For one, I always bring this up, but 98 Raw, 97 Raw. If I'm thinking of that, everyone was wearing like street clothes, you know, like a lot of people are wearing like flannels or whatever the case is. And you got Ahmed Johnson just patrolling like this. This is looking very, very nice. Do you have any of the grapplers and gimmicks in hand, or do you know how they serve in hand?
I don't have any of them in hand. They haven't released any of the modern scale figures yet. So this is probably a ways away still. They've shown the Godwins, which I'm sure they use their real names, not their WWF names. But so still waiting on these to actually come to fruition and see what they are like in hand. The Godwins look a lot like that Brock Lesnar, Farmer Brock from the Elite. I can't remember which way. What's that?
Is that a good thing? I remember one of the Brocks just had like this, like he just seen a ghost. This mouth was so open. Whoa, hey yo! But it's not. Is that a good thing that they look like that, Farmer Brock?
I mean, if they're the quality of Mattel, I'll be pretty happy. I think that's the big question is like, what are they going to be like in hand? Are they going to be like that Cella Sabu, or are they going to be, you know, Power Town-ish or somewhere in between?
You mean Epic Toys, pal?
Epic Toys. Oh, like they probably want me to say Cella.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever we do, just stray from the World Wildlife Fund names. Thank you very much. Because no, I'm just kidding. The WWF names. Yeah, he's always Ahmed Johnson to me, but. Yep. You know, if you can release a look like this under a different name because of copyright, I mean, hey, whoever's gonna buy it, they're gonna just probably take the name that they are familiar with anyway when they're doing their fig fetting and stuff like that. This looks fantastic to me. I'm looking forward to seeing how this looks. And you said it is in that like 6-inch elite scale, right?
It's supposed to be, yeah. It's supposed to fit right in.
Okay.
So
I can't wait.
I'll give it a shot.
Hell yeah. I'll take a shot for this next one, Zombie Sailor King Kong Bundy. Dude, look at this. Zombie Sailor toys where freaking blew me out of the water again. Always, dude, with his 6-inch line. Blew me out of the water, 6-inch. I need to slow down. I was gonna slow my roll.
I think you might
know
want
your
to.
roll, shut your mouth. Yeah. This looks fantastic, dude. Look, it's like interchangeable necks. Okay.
Yeah, right.
His neck is so wide. They were like, oh, what are we gonna do? So they had to pivot. I mean, if we've seen the Jeff Jarrett as well, the one that's coming out from Zombie Sailor, I think that has like the elite like sort of mechanism, or the Jazzwares more, sort of neck peg mechanism. This one is awesome. I don't even care if it's an interchangeable neck. This looks great to me. And this is probably the only way you could make it really work without like having a hindrance on a huge neck peg, I guess. I don't really know what I'm trying. Do you know what I'm?
I know what you're saying. Sense? You got to get those rolls in there for King Kong Bundy. That's what you got to do.
Yeah,
and they've done this.
It's his own bakery,
I'm very curious about this line. This is probably the line that I'm most excited about to see how it develops and comes to fruition, because we've been talking about this, I feel like, for at least 2 years, maybe longer than that. And finally, they're going to do some orders on, I think it's March 27th, whatever that Thursday is, Thursday night, 8 Eastern.
Yeah, man. It's I don't know how many times we've brought this up, right? Because like, we've talked about this. Has been like a mainstay talking point on Figure Friday for a fair few months, if anything, especially the last few months, right?
Mm-hmm.
We definitely covered it when it was announced, and it does feel like it's been like a year or two, right? Or a couple of years maybe.
Yeah.
But I think that's a lot to do with the behind the scenes, right? We have no idea what goes into me as a fan. I will say I don't have a lot of knowledge about what goes into creating the figures. Whenever we get the toy makers on, I'd love to pick their brains on how the sausage is made, but there are just things and kinks that just take time to work out. I mean, and I think that's probably going to be something more of the case here. And a good thing they left it to that, because if they had rushed it out, who knows how it could have looked, right? It would have been like a, AEW Unrivaled Series 1 raw chicken skin tone. No. So this looks nice to me. I like it.
Like I said, I'm very excited about this line, and there's a lot of questions to be answered about it. I'd love to see the articulation of this figure. Like, can you move those legs around some? I know the arms have a very unique looking arm pin. So I'm curious to see how that, moves about. They also have been, so we know that Jeff Jarrett's coming. We know that King Kong Bundy's coming. And before, it was said that Brian Pillman and Abdullah the Butcher would be the 4 figures in this first wave. Well, now he's saying that, there's question marks on the other 2 in Series 1. So 4 figures, Bundy and Jarrett for sure. I'm wondering if he's thinking, maybe people have forgotten, or, they're not going to hold him to Abdullah the Butcher and Brian Pillman. He was showing off Pillman a lot in the early time. So I would be surprised if he doesn't make those. But I mean, you got to wonder, since it's taken this long, have contracts elapsed, or, is there something maybe preventing him from doing those? We'll find out.
Yeah. We haven't forgotten about that.
That's right.
That loose cannon looks so nice. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something that I whenever I go on like to wrestlingfigurenews.com, by the way, great website.
I've heard it's great. Yeah.
Yeah. But this way, particularly this guy, he thinks it's great. No, it's a fantastic website. But anytime I'd go on there for like grabbing figure pics, I know on there nearly every time there'd be like different updates on that Pillman. I'd just see photos of that Pillman, and I'd be like, oh, when are we getting this? I can't wait. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, it looked crazy. Yeah, I agree. I damn right agree. So hopefully this means like they're not too far behind, you know, if we're seeing stuff like this. And I wonder when this is going to ship out, because I don't think we have any word on that, do we?
So he previously said that Series 1 would be a pre-order, but that was months ago. So I'm kind of hopeful that some of this will be in stock like Ringside did, but I would guess that it's probably still going to be a pre-order to sort of get a feel for the market for these and how much they need to order. The other detail that we haven't really talked about is he's working with Four Horsemen Studios on the sculpting and the creation of these figures. So they're the ones that do Mythic Legions. He's talked about NECA as sort of the guiding star for, you know, the quality that he's hoping for in this line. So that's a pretty big bar. And, you know, we don't know the price points. We don't know, you know, when they'll ship. And hopefully he's going to be sharing those things real soon.
Yeah, man. Fingers crossed. I'd love to see more from this scale if we can as well. I know people just got their orders in from a zombie sale of that Punk with the Larry, and that Larry is looking pretty cool. I mean, I just want to get that. I'm after that Larry, like really bad. If anyone doesn't need that Larry and wants to get rid of it, hit me up. I will love to. But I think that's like a big talking point. Exactly, yeah. I've seen your post Dream Match. If you haven't, go to Instagram, check out Dream Match Figs post on that Larry. Have you gotten that?
I have. I haven't opened it up yet. So
okay. How does it look in package so far?
Looks pretty cool. I really like the Larry. That was my whole reason for ordering.
Yeah, I mean, I have a Zombie Sailor Heels and Faces Danhausen in package. I had to get two. I got one to open, and I had to get another one just to stick on the wall because the packaging looks so cool. I love the art for it, and everything. The colors just pop, man. So, and another thing with this King Kong Bundy, and then we'll move on, is that singlet articulation is it tickles my curiosity. How about that?
It looks so good.
I wonder why. I wonder the reasoning for going this route instead of a painted on one. But I love how this looks because it's textured. You know what I mean? There's actually depth to it. It feels like.
Glad it's not a cloth singlet. I think it looks way better than what the cloth would have looked like.
That one Big Show Elite from back in the day. Wait, was that original King Kong Bundy?
He did,
singlet?
yeah.
There you go. Okay. Oof. Fun. I wonder how that's doing nowadays, that cloth singlet. It's probably all like dusty, wrinkled up. So this looks fantastic, though.
Yep.
I will say. I'm keen to see how this looks, man, in hand. Moving on, though. Baby. I got an email for this. I don't know if you did, Justin.
I did.
Our shop AEW Will Ospreys are shipping, baby. Finally. I don't know when this went up for pre-order initially, but I had to get on it because this was the first Will Ospreay that we had a chance of ordering. If you remember back in the days from AEW Jazzwares. This was the first Will Ospreay that we had a chance of ordering, and this is from his match with Chris Jericho. Still, I think Will Ospreay has probably given Chris Jericho one of his best modern day matches, in my opinion. Because I remember actually really enjoying that match, and probably, you know, the ideas Chris Jericho and Ospreay put together. I was like, damn, man, they kind of created something really, really nice. And I think the people at Jazzwares did the same here. They created something really cool. And it has been some photos floating around of in-hand mock photos of this Will Ospreay. And I'm just really, really eager to get this in hand. I only have one on the way so far, so no idea if I'm going to keep it mint on card or open it because I want to do both. So it's going to be tricky, man. But Justin, what do you think on this? You said you did get shipping on this. Did you get two? You're going to keep one mock loose? What are you going to go?
I think that's the plan. Keep one loose, get one loose, get one in package. I ordered a couple for the fact that I kind of wanted to make sure that they were all right, and this attire just pops. The soft goods look so good. I can't remember, like you said, when this went up for order, but I'm so happy that they're hitting their date. Like they said, March 2025, and they're going to deliver March 2025. Maybe not to you, but to me.
Dude, we'll get here March 2026, okay? That's just Australia. That's just air delivery, Australia. I burped. That's when you know it's a great figure. I burped again. That's an excellent figure then. if I burp twice, that's good. Sorry, it's an inside joke on Figure Friday. I had to get it out there, pal. And plus, I'm gassy looking at Will Ospreay. How can you not? But I'm very, very excited to see how I guess what material they're gonna use for the cloth jacket, because it does look really, really nice. This is the first chance we're getting a Will Ospreay figure. I mean, with the cloth jacket accessory, hood, everything. I've recently got the new, what is it, Unmatched, I believe, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it looks really nice, dude. I put that Seth Rollins Elite coat on it. Kind of spices it up really nice, but it is what it is. It's a nice first release. It reminds me of how they got like CM Punk's first release out there, and it was kind of like a plain Jane sort of. It had the tights, it had the black tights, mainly black. But this was like an easy attire I could imagine them pumping out. But the sides, man, they look really nice. They're nice and metallic. Yeah. You have this one in hand?
I do have it. Yeah, it looks really good. It's like you said, it's not quite the like most, I don't know, attractive attire that he's ever had. Yeah. But it'll do as like the placeholder until we get this one. This one is just blow away.
Yeah, I think like this Unmatched figures are great. It's a decent first Will Ospreay to get, but this is like I think it's just gonna hit it out of the park, honestly, and it already looks like it's doing it. I already like the formula a lot on this Unmatched Ospreay. The head scans, they don't look too bad. I painted mine up to have a proper beard, because I noticed my mustache on mine was like a little faded, or it just wasn't applied properly with the right paint. So you fix it up, you get the nice likeness in there, and especially with a cloth entrance jacket, this looks nice, man.
It's great.
Yeah, I wonder how many people, if people did get any in the chat, how many did you guys get? Because I'm gonna be fiending for this, I tell you that much. Oof.
Can you put that last comment from Joe up? I just want to thank him real quick.
Yeah.
Thank you for reading. Thanks for coming to the site, reading. Much appreciated. So,
dude, hell yeah. This is I say this every time I talk to Justin. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, like WrestlingFigureNews.com is such a lifesaver for us at Figure Friday, and I'm glad we stole you from that site. I'm glad we just stole you, picked you up. We picked you up like this, like a baby, like from the shoulders, and we were like, let's place you over here. and then here you are, okay, and we have you captured. And it's a good old deal.
And I'm here by my own volition. I really am.
Smile. Okay, good. I promise, guys, we're just great actors. We're great at improv, right? Okay, come see us live. We need to have an improv set, I think. But I want to say, let's say Aussie Legends. I only have WWE and 2 TNA, but this looks like a must need. Yeah, if you're talking about this Will Ospreay, bang, dude. I absolutely agree with that. But also, Aussie Legends, shout out to this guy. He said something in the chat saying, I'm good doing your 2 attires and they're nearly done. I paraphrased like a muff just then, but I'm good, your 2 attires are nearly done. This guy is making me in WWE 2K24 or 25. I can't remember which one. He's making a Nick Storm.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. So
whose moveset?
Legends.
What's your moveset? Yeah.
I reckon it's just going to be a bunch of weak strikes. How about that?
do we have a rating for you that we can flash on the screen, like Nick Storm's head with the rating like they do on Raw?
Yeah, 67. No, I'm gonna be like the same rating as Pat McAfee's friends, or whatever the hell. I'll be taking chops from Toa. It'll be a fun time. But shout out to Aussie Legends as well. He does some great interviews over at that YouTube channel, man, if you guys want to check him out. But it's not Aussie Legends Friday. It's Figure Friday. I'm sorry, Joe, for one. But it's Aussie Legends Friday. No, get me out of here, Justin. What do we have next?
I think we're talking Walmart.
Oh, no.
Our friends at Walmart.
Our good friends, Jonathan Walmart, provided us these images.
Because we certainly don't have it in hand.
No, not oh yeah. I mean, some people. Oh man, some people are getting his old Unmatched 9 figure. I don't know if you've seen that.
Really?
Yeah, his Unmatched 9 figure. They ordered it from the Walmart website. This was like probably a week or two ago. I think I saw someone post about it on Instagram or Twitter, but it was interesting to say the least.
So I ordered 4 of these because they were supposed to be like next day shipping. I didn't want 4. I just wanted to make sure that they were going to arrive because it's Walmart. And they canceled the last one. I canceled a few because Matthew Goldberg.
Okay, so you got them 4 separately. Sorry.
Yeah,
okay.
I saw them come in stock. I rushed to order them, and then they ended up canceling at least one of them. So they would have canceled all of them basically that I ordered. But Matthew Goldberg thankfully found 2 of them, and he's shipping them to me. So
Dude,
good brother.
Goldberg. He's one of the greatest brothers. He's not only a good brother, Carl Anderson and Luke, okay? Mox thing is such a bummer, yeah. People are getting this in hand, though. I have seen, some instances, and they've reviewed him, or on Instagram as well. I think Wrestling Fig Slip is one account that I've seen unbox it, and he said the height is fixed, which is nice. He compared it to like other Moxleys. He put it side by side by an Ultimate Roman Reigns. The height was fantastic looking, so I'm glad to see that at least. It took a little bit to get, I won't lie. That height issue took a little bit to fix. A little bit longer than maybe we would have liked, just because attires feel like it maybe been wasted at this point. Not for me, I don't think they've been wasted, but I think, the height can really get some people, if just from reviews I've seen, people are very, very like strict on their height, and I can't blame them for that if you want everything in scale. But that'll be fixed with this Mox go around, man. Are you excited to get this? I know you said you ordered 4, so that makes me think you're a little excited.
I only wanted 2, but yes, I'm excited about this Mox. It looks really good. We didn't know we were getting that jacket. That's kind of cool. I'm curious to see what that looks like. Hopefully it doesn't stain. And I would have liked a bald head. I think that they would have really benefited from that. It's just kind of like the typical Jazzwares AEW thing where it's so far behind the modern look that, you take what you can get. But it's thankfully there are people out there like BEW Customs making Mox heads and making them look good.
Yeah, shout out to BEW real quick as well. I'm giving a lot of shout outs this episode, but I feel like rising tides lift all ships. BEW has been doing fantastic freaking work. He's gotten like different sculptors now on board with him to help him create different custom head prints and head scans. He's doing a lot of updating Moxley's, updating CM Punk head scans for one I'm looking out for. They look fantastic, but yeah, like you said, I think this is just a case of too early. It's been too far into production to kind of really change it, right? And there's pros and cons to that. We'll see a bright side, a good benefit highlight to a figure being a little bit too late in production to stop. We'll see that in a little bit with another reveal. But when it comes to this Moxley, the likenesses look really cool. They have a great like screaming scan, I think. If you do like take a look at the likenesses into reviews, I mean, I think it'll vary with each different customer, with each different face print tech that they have on it, or paint apps, if you will. But I think I'm a stickler for making my head scans buzz cut, like bald. I don't know why, but I've done it with like a CM Punk. I've done it with his Unmatched 9 Moxley. So I might have to do that with this Supreme Moxley and ruin another figure. How about that?
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
It's happening. It's already happening. It's happened. Consider it happened. I picked up 2 Ospreys the other day. Do it. I posted a pic the other day in one Facebook group, and it spread like crazy. Oh, that was yours, man. Was that the All-In Osprey you're talking about?
Oh.
It's a great figure, but I'm still too afraid to open my second yet. Damn. So it is you. So
you're the one.
Joe M. Dude, of course. We have the mighty Joe M, who posted that photo that's surrounding the globe right now. Okay? So, I mean, can you blame him?
No.
He's in Figure Friday now. Look at it. He's an alumni. Dude, that Kenny... So, while we're on the topic of Walmart, I think we got something a little bit next to talk about. And you have this in hand, dude. So I want to get you to talk our ear off. Maybe you do a little cheeky review if you want to as well. Oh wait, Get me out of here.
So this is the double-edged sword of Walmart, because then they will surprise you and put something up like this and totally deliver it within like 2 days, and you never knew that it was coming. So I'm so stoked to have him and Mr. Starks. I'll call him Starks. I'm not a Saints guy.
I'm not a saint, okay, guys?
I think this Omega looks really great. I love the head scan. I think it's one of the best they've done. Skin tone is more tan, so he looks really, really good. I'm just kind of blown away. Would like to see a serious face with that hair.
Yeah,
I think that would be cool. The attire, just so nice. And of course, I threw the championship on him already because Revolution and all.
How could you not? Yeah, dude, I watched that match. So we had no power, but I had that pay-per-view pre-ordered because I didn't expect to lose power this weekend. And so I was like, well, what the hell? I can't watch it live. But then the day after, I went to like a family friend's place. They had a guest house, and I was like, Chromecast, yep. And I watched that match. Like, if anything, I just wanted to watch the big matches from Revolution. Like the Steel
all
Cage,
9 of them,
right? All 9, even the pre-show. No, but the Mariah May Tony Storm, the Steel Cage. I just wanted to see the finish of the pay-per-view because of how talked about it was.
Yeah,
funny. And that Kenny match, dude. When Kenny won, I literally got up and went like this, like no joke.
As you should.
It's crazy, dude. Like it just instinctually, I couldn't even control myself. Couldn't miss the Costco boys. Exactly. I need to go back and watch that. So I do need to. that should have been the only match I go back and watch. But yeah, dude, wrestling's still real to me, damn it, apparently, whenever Kenny Omega's on screen. But if you want to show that fig again, Justin, I feel like that's my definitive Kenny of the modern era so far. This looks great. The attire, skin tone being fixed for one. I know the articulation on Kenny's are fantastic, and this head scan, the likeness is great. Like, this reminds me of like the Unrivaled 4. I'm saying like so many times. Get a like counter, by the way. It reminds me of the Unrivaled 4 in the way that he's like screaming, has his mouth open. But I think this is leagues better than that one, in my opinion. I think the hair, the paint apps on it. What do you think? Hands down, where does the scale on likenesses and Kenny releases for you?
I want to say it's at least top 2. And I'm trying to think of something that's better than it. I really love the Series 1 figure, but, it had the skin tone issues. The head wasn't perfect. Of course, it didn't look like the prototype that we saw, but I still love that attire. That's one of my favorites. And they've done so many good Kennys so far. The Supremes are really great, but I feel like this head sculpt is just too good. I mean, this is. Yeah. I feel like they've had some that are really good, but this one I feel like is tops. This is a top shelfer.
As you said, it's too good.
Yeah,
it's a little too good. I think what we need. I know we just had 2, but I think what we need is another Supreme Kenny.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Why not? We've got 3 so far with the San Diego Comic-Con.
You're right, dude. I think I need to pick that up.
Yeah.
I still can't believe I haven't. There's a story behind that, by the way, and I'll get to that someday maybe. But dude, I think like if we got my freaking ADD brain just firing off. Okay, can't blame me. Too much iced tea in the morning for me. Okay, but I think if we get like a new Supreme, his Wrestle Dynasty attire that he wore on Grand Slam recently and has been wearing, I think, sparingly here and there. I think if we get that as a Supreme, I can die a happy man.
Yeah.
And you probably bury me with that figure as well while you're at it, if you can.
I'll make sure that your loved ones know.
Thank you. Yeah, email whoever you need to know, okay, or whoever you need to, okay. But I think that'd be fantastic. You can get like a straight face scan you can get that scan if they want to reuse a head sculpt. Classic business. Got to put your business hat on, Kyle Peterson. You could do a straight face, do that same head scan from the Walmart as well. I just have it oriented, towards that kind of tied up hair. Maybe even like hair out, messy hair. Man, if you couldn't tell, I'm a big freaking hell. Get me out of here. I'm such a mark, man. If
I'm gonna
you watch
fan you down
also,
here in a second.
yeah, dude, I'm like everything, dude. When I hear Kenneth Omega, the god of pro wrestling, being talked about, you know, I get summoned from wherever. But there's also let's talk about the photos here, so I can just stop talking. Okay, this looks nice. I love how the packaging looks. How does that look in hand as well? Because I know for Target exclusives, it's like a red foil. For Walmart, they're doing this nice blue foil. How did that look in hand? Was it like, how did it look on shelf?
It looks really nice. I like the blue. It's just I like blue. It's kind of a cooler color.
Yeah.
Fits the Walmart aesthetic.
I just realized you're quite a blue guy.
Yeah, I guess so.
You're a happy chappy, but you're a blue guy. It's funny that because I think my favorite color is red. So I think we're like.
Maybe we should talk to Mr. Saints then, or Mr. Starks, Starky baby.
You're right there, dude. You're right. So how does that scale as well? Because I think Ricky Starks has had 2 other releases prior to this, and now a new reveal that we'll get into.
About the same-ish, but I haven't really done the comparison with any of the other Ricky Starks.
Oof.
I had to figure out when he wore this. I couldn't remember. I think it's all in 2023. Does that sound right?
I remember it was like a one-off. It felt like a one-off that he wore that, and I was like, okay. I mean, I can dig this. I don't hate it. I've hated a lot weirder things before. I don't hate it. It pops as well. It's pretty damn toyetic. It looks like. Do you have any of the like prior Ricky Starks releases as well?
Yeah, I do. I really liked those figures too, especially the metallic look on the first one. I thought that looked really good.
Yeah.
But I don't have the chase, but I have the other 2.
Yeah. Dude, I wonder how those skin tones, if they line up, hopefully.
I think they do.
And those sunglasses as well, you showed us off air, they have like an RS. Look at that. They have his initials on the side. God damn. You can count that for Ricky Saints. Ricky Starks, Ricky Saints. Dude, you combine the 2, you get Ricky Stanks. Get me out of here. Ricky figures are all great. They pose around so well. I agree, man. The articulation is really nice on them. I remember I used that first Ricky figure for parts, just for fodder.
Mm-hmm.
I think when that first like Punk unmatched figure came out with the tights, I was like, all right, let's slap Ricky Starks legs on it so we can get a Trunks Punk. And then I just destroyed that Starks from memory. And so I had to grab a new one of that, but I didn't even need to, because this has the same likeness, same head scan, and I'm pretty much clamoring for this, man. Those sunnies and everything that comes with it looks really nice.
Yeah, I think I was on the fence about it, but I was worried it was a fantasy attire, and then when I figured out when it was from, I was like, okay, I can get behind this.
Yeah.
Now we're getting all the Ricky Starks figures at the end here. He's gone. Yeah.
Oh man, at least we're doing more. Jazzwares is doing more than Tony Khan did, so I will. No, I'm just kidding. I'll give them that. Thank you, Jazzwares, for giving us Ricky Starks spotlight, because I think we're goddamn craving it. And it looks nice. It looks fantastic. And moving on as well, we saw a little bit more from Jazzwares from New York Toy Fair. And I'm surprised we're 40 minutes into this. Where the hell has the time gone, Justin?
I know.
Oh, man. Anyway, this is the new Justin Hot Stuff Kendall figure that you can pick up for pre-order. No, but Dad, what do you think of these ones? I think this is not the first time we've seen this or talked about it on Figure Friday. It's one of those cool exclusives like the Timeless Tony Storm, for example, where it doesn't fit in the realm or universe as, for say, like, you know, your normal fig roster, if you will. This is like something completely unique, and I'm pretty sure Orange Cassidy had a hand in helping design this, doing all the lines and sort of writing International Champion, all this fun stuff on it. So what do you think of this? I think it's a 1 of 3,000 volt exclusive, right?
Yes, I think it's a cool figure if you're a fan of Orange Cassidy. I am a fan of Orange Cassidy. Unfortunately, it's not like a must-have thing for me, So I've passed on it for now. If there's a deal, I might jump on it, but I I think it's one of those unique things too where you may not want to take this one out of the package. This might be the one you like do keep in package because it looks kind of good there.
Did you say Dookie?
I did not say Dookie.
The one that you Dookie.
Dookie.
Any no holds barred fans out there? But worst movie. Dude, I remember the first time I saw that. Sorry, I'm just tangent. Get me out of here. Yeah, but yeah, this is definitely a figure.
This is definitely a figure.
I'm trying to not get so distracted in these episodes, but I feel like this is. I barely get any chance to ramble like I do on Figure Friday, and people listen to it for some reason. But no holds barred. Get me out of here. This looks fantastic. I think look, I need to get a new word. Fantastic is overused. This looks okay. This looks decent. I like the whole idea of it. For me, like, I'm more of a fan of just, the in-ring sort of, attires and stuff like this. Maybe if it was a different talent, and it was the same execution or a similar execution, I might pick it up. But I just like the Orange Cassidy, figures in hand. I don't know. I like the ring attires. I still need to pick up that new Unrivaled one that he has, especially along with that chase as well. I'm really excited to try and find. But good luck on that. Jesus. Do you have that recent Orange Cassidy?
Yep.
Is it good in hand? How does it?
I think it's good in hand.
Because I know it doesn't have the pocket mechanism like the first few or like this one in hand.
I think it's cool to have a different version that doesn't have the pockets. The biggest issue with it is the discoloration. So the chest piece and the stomach piece are different colors. Yeah. I had an extra Orange Cassidy, so easily fixed. I think it's cool to have sort of both, where you can do the pockets and you've got one that's more easily pliable, play around with. So I don't know. I like that we're getting variety with our Orange Cassidys.
Dude, for real. And it's great because I know people were like really happy when we got that first Orange Cassidy and it had the pocket mechanism. Mm-hmm. Like, how the hell did they think of a way to do this? I remember Jeremy Padawa was like, do we have it as removable pockets on the, like, what do we do? And so I'm glad that they did that for the first go around, but then eventually we have sculpted jeans as well, because I know for people who do fig feds and just posing, I know that it does hinder a lot when you have that rubber piece over the actual pants itself, which, I'm glad we can get different versions. It would be pretty cool to get that autographed in orange, Joe M says. I
totally agree.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Oh, dude, that would be clean, man.
Yeah. This is the perfect autograph figure, right?
Yeah. I'd say, like, Orange, because he has other figures and people have probably definitely gotten them ordered already. But I think this is, like, where your bread is buttered. This is already a shelf piece in of itself. This is going to, as soon as you walk into a room, see this on someone's shelf in their collection, you're like, okay, that stands out. That's not, what is that? Is it 1940s? Why is this black and white? What's happening?
It's Take on Me. Take on Me, Orange exactly, Cassidy. Yeah.
Is this Aha? What's going on? And then Aha, it will be, baby. Okay. Dude, get me out of here. But we need to get me out of here counter as well. Yeah, this is like not the worst release, but I think it's very, very cool, but it's a skip for me personally. I love the idea though, but I want to see more, creative kind of stuff when it comes to exclusives. The amount of swears I could have put in these sentences here and there. I'm stumbling, but I wanted to see like how many ringside exclusives or vault exclusives or whatever the case we can get where it is out of the norm and something like this.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas? Maybe what they could do? Maybe like
we got a whole episode of those. I think that we gave Jazzwares plenty of ideas. Give me my Hangman.
Oh, really?
My fire Hangman.
I'm gonna go watch that.
Yeah, you should.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you did a fiery Hangman, but dude, not as fiery as this.
Wow.
Jeff Hardy. Sorry, maybe it is as fiery, but this is like, I don't know what it is, man. I think my biological fathers might be like Kenny Omega and Jeff Hardy or something. the amount of figures I praise of theirs. And I think I don't know if I don't know if it's because of what we see right in front of us, but there's this new ringside exclusive black light Jeff Hardy figure. Oh man, what do I even say, dude? This is incredible to me. This is with a black light as well in the box. I don't know if you can see it, but it's emanating like a blue light as well. It has a battery on the side as well, or in the box. Look at that, man. You can unscrew it, put different batteries in. What the hell are we doing? This is amazing, dude.
This is a wild figure.
This is incredible. All composition and everything considered, man. What do you think of this release and this reveal?
I kind of love it. It's just it was expensive. It's about $50 or so once you use code ICON.
Use code ICON.
I think that worked.
I was waiting for that. Yeah, beautiful. Look at that. The timing is splendid. This is like jazz. The timing is so good.
This is like a cross generation Jeff Hardy. Hasn't he worn this in WWE, and he's worn it in AEW? He's probably worn it in TNA. So this is like your all-purpose Jeff Hardy at this point, and I'm here for it.
Dude, yeah, I mean, we already knew the Hardys were interdimensional. I didn't know they were that interdimensional, dude. There's been this one, I think they had like a basic of this Jeff Hardy. It was probably in a 2-pack from memory, maybe. Mattel, released back in the day when they were still with WWE before the jump to AEW. And that was, I loved how they did that attire. I just wish it was in an Elite or something more articulated. I remember I think it might have been the first YouTube video on this Nick Storm YouTube channel, actually. I had a top 10 worst figures from Mattel, and that was in there.
Well,
that was in there. And guess what? This might be my top figures of all time.
You talk about shelf pieces. This could be a very nice shelf piece. It could be a very nice autograph piece. It's got a lot of purposes I could see.
Yeah. Dude, it's exactly that, man. And also, how the hell are you doing, Fandom Collectibles? Jazzwares is killing it with their exclusives. This is something I think the past few months, especially, it's been like a non-stop pattern of.
Yep.
I feel like Jazzwares has been knocking it out of the park in the exclusive territory. Like, this is so sweet, man. Imagine getting this autoed, like on that kind of window bubble, and just having it as an open flap on your shelf, sort of with the black light on. What the hell? Dude.
Next to your Jeff or your Orange Cassidy, and you can then take your ultimate Bray Wyatt over there and get him next to the blue light or whatever it is.
I think My Damn Toys had a video saying, I would have the craziest Jeff Hardy shelf, and it has like a black light, and I'm like, yeah, dude. That's a no thinker right there. This looks fantastic as a standalone figure. This is really nice, man. And I don't know if you guys remember it, but I think I'm just happy Jazzwares is able to do this fig exactly. Like when I was talking about, we were talking about the Mox figure before. I was like, there are pros and cons to figures being too far into production to stop or change or update. And this is a good side of that. This is like the good side of it, right? The bad side, we don't get bald Mox yet. But the good side is we get this insane Jeff Hardy, and he's been with TNA, or they've been like free agents with TNA for like a fair few months now. So I'm surprised that this figure is still coming out. And you're back. Welcome back. Yeah, this Jeff Hardy it's insane. Dude, I had no power, right? No reception whatsoever. And I'm looking at my phone. I had like a little bit of reception, like the tiniest bar. I'm at home, and I'm like, you are joking. This was like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I'm probably trying to navigate my hallways in the dark, trying to take a pee. I'm trying to what am I doing? And I see this figure on my phone. Oh, dude. Can you marry an image? Can you marry a PNG? Tell me, someone.
I don't know the laws in Australia.
I think it can. You don't know the laws in Australia. That popped me. But yeah, dude, if you guys remember, I think it was top figures of 2024. that new like unrivaled, can't remember the number, maybe was it 10 or something like that, the unrivaled Jeff Hardy, that was in my list, not because of the attire, because it was just standalone black, sort of attire, but it was because it was the articulation. It reminded me of like a deluxe aggression figure, but like modern day or something like that, and in the best way possible. This is no different to me. I could talk another hour about this one figure. Do you want? We should.
We should probably move on. But yes, I'm glad that we all like this and we're getting it.
Yeah, I like it too. I can spend 20 minutes on Kenny and Jeff Hardy. Okay.
Now okay, I'm gonna rage. Like now seeing this, I'm gonna rage.
Man, this is
I love Swerve.
17, but
I was promised the Jimmy Rave robe. Give me my Jimmy Rave robe. Where is my Jimmy Rave Embassy robe?
Where is it? Oh,
what happened?
I went to the land down under. I think I don't know what happened there. But yeah, this is one of the figures that about that. This was meant to come with the Jimmy Rave robe that's on the back of the box. I thought it could have been a case of, maybe Swerve is standing underneath it, standing above it, and I think that's just wishful thinking.
Yeah.
It might be too expensive to put in the actual packaging. First off, I want to get your thoughts on the Swerve figure. I love the attire for one, but yeah, I do wish, man, that Jimmy Rave robe was in this, and I'm thinking, do you have any ideas why they could have nixed it from this?
My hope is that they moved it to a 2-pack with Swerve and Nana. That's my hope. Okay. Or that it's going to be an exclusive somewhere down the line, which isn't great unless it's a ringside exclusive. If it's San Diego Comic-Con, that's going to be kind of a bummer. I hope they don't do that, especially since they advertised this with the robe. Maybe it's a 2-pack, like a Target 2-pack. That would make some sense. I think the attire on this looks really nice. I think his skin tone's way too light.
Yeah, like I didn't know if that was the lighting, but even comparing it to his last unrivaled figure, I have that in hand, and these photos look like the skin tone's lighter. I'm not too sure if that is just the lighting, or maybe it's like early product or whatever the case. And also, I don't know if you can see, but on the back of the box, like where it has underneath, it says Unrivaled 17, and you have the shot of everyone in the rest of the set. He comes with he has the AEW title, or he's holding it. So if they couldn't put the Jimmy Rave robe in here, put the AEW title in here or something. I think this is a very plain Jane. It doesn't have any accessories in this, and it feels a little bit of like a, I don't want to say punch to the gut, when we get no accessories, but it's just like, I don't see why you couldn't have, unless it's budgetary reasons or something like that, right?
Well, and that sort of speaks to like the rest of the wave, and we can get into that. But if you're going to take budget from somewhere, this isn't where I would have taken the budget from. This is the last place that I would have looked to take the budget. I would have tried to cut some corners elsewhere, which hopefully I wouldn't have had to cut corners. But you know what I'm saying here is like, this robe was on TV just prominently recently in a major feud, and I know that they wouldn't have known about that ahead of time, but I mean, it just kind of lined up where that would have been kind of a major want for AEW collectors, which, before it was like, oh, cool, the robe's in there, but then it becomes part of this Ricochet feud, and you're like, oh, we're getting that robe, and then you're like, oh, what are we doing?
How long a Ricochet release could be from out, right? Like, and I think you brought up something. I'm trying not to burp, man.
That's because it's a good figure.
My burp, exactly. You get it now. You get the trend. You see it. It's a good figure. But yeah, I think like what you said. Hopefully they're saving it for a Nana and Swerve 2-pack, right? I finally got the sentence out. Hopefully they're saving it for a Nana and Swerve 2-pack. I think Nana as a figure should come out. I don't know why, how, or when, but it just should. I think I'm of the higher regard. I think we need more managers, especially to go along with our figures, and so Justin can do this and with a Prince Nana figure as well. And
with a coffee
another
cup.
thing, PrinceNanaCoffee.com. But yeah, like I think especially for Jimmy Rave fans out there and people who have like Jimmy Rave customs or custom figures that they've made, this robe would have been perfect for it. So let's hope it's still coming out to like a certain magnitude or different magnitude or something like that.
Yeah.
Moving on, what else do we have in the set? Oh, so when we talk about budget for this wave in particular, I think this might be this might be the budget.
it might be getting there. Yeah.
Because this looks nice, man. We got this Christian Cage figure in his fatherless attire. I think I wrote a comment on Ringside's post and was like, this figure looks like it's about to say I'd have no dad. It's about to call me fatherless or something like that. I do. So it's just Christian's prerogative?
Prerogative?
There you go. Thank you. I can't. This is not English Friday, okay? This is Figure Friday for a reason. But this looks really nice. We're getting that patented AEW microphone, but it does have the new like sort of logos on it, okay?
We could have saved some sense there if we would have left that out.
Yeah, we could have said, well, how's he supposed to say I'm fatherless without... Okay, it's fine. No,
because you already have 500 mics from previous releases.
It's true. It's very funny. Even that Mox Supreme came with a microphone, which I was like, you had the budget to put a microphone. You have like 2 figures in one, and you have a microphone in here. So many mics. It's very funny the amount of microphones we do get. But what isn't funny, and what's actually serious, is the cloth accessories that we're getting on this. Look at the freaking jacket.
Yeah.
I almost slipped up. Look at that jacket, dude. Buttons on the wrist.
I can't tell. Is the turtleneck, is that cloth or is that just the painted like black
cloth.
chest?
I think it looks cloth, man. Honestly, to me at least, it does.
Yeah, it's got that look. You might be right on this being the budget.
Yeah, man. I wonder if not such.
Tell that to the tackle box I have full of them.
It is crazy. There is no such thing as too many mics, right? I was like in the mic drought, right? That sounds like it could be a wrestler, Michael Drought, right there. All right, coming down the ring with a microphone in hand. But the amount of like microphones from AEW I do have, it is plentiful. How about that? That's a word. Much better Christian than his last figure. Yeah, that last figure, I remember when it came out, man, like the paint apps on the eyes on mine, for some reason, looked like he had cataracts, and I had to like paint him. It was wild. I don't know if you ever had that release for the Christian Cage, did you? Yeah. Oof. Compare it to this. What do you think first off the bat, just from first looks?
This is a home run figure. As much as I complain about Swerve not getting the robe, I do think that they knocked this one out of the park.
Yeah. First Christian has tiny ankles. Yeah, I noticed that. Hey, he's got like thunder thighs, but then he has like cankles a little bit. It's an interesting build right there. That's my build. I have that build. Thunder thighs, then cankles. Okay. We can all learn a little bit from Christian Cage here, but I do hope because like I'm all over the place. Can you see his wrist, like where his hand's connecting into?
Yeah.
It looks like it's plastic there. So I wonder if he has either wrist tape or an undershirt sculpted underneath, and like the turtleneck is just like the sleeveless turtleneck that you could put on another ring attire. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
No idea, but this looks really, really nice. Just want to say that it looks nice. I hope it doesn't stain though. Gosh.
I hope not too.
Gosh, that's one thing I will say. Moving on as well, we have Kill Switch. I was gonna say his dead name. You don't want to do that. Mr. Source of the Lucha. Kill Switch that we have here. First figure being announced, with the Kill Switch name, I guess. And I wonder, didn't they have like a whole storyline that they had with Luchasaurus that it felt like they hadn't used in a while. I remember he got pretty injured or something like that recently, right?
Yeah, I think he got really sick. I
Yeah.
think it was like pneumonia or something.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I apparently had pneumonia as a kid, my mum said, but I don't freaking remember. So, this is like I have my brother in arms right here. I might have to get this figure just because of that. No, I hope we do see him on TV again because he's such a talent. Like, he's still out from as far as I know. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a really like cool presence for one, a cool appearance and as well, but his figures are just damn toyetic, and this is like no different.
Yeah.
I did have a problem with when it came to like I think articulation on his last figures. They were like I think it's even standing him up was a little bit. He nearly died. What?
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
It was that severe? Holy shit, man.
I think he was at Toy Hio recently or somewhere.
Okay.
So
I did see that. Okay. Okay. I hope he got a lot of human monies from that. He deserves it.
yeah.
But yeah, I did have an issue with like him standing like on the last
You and me.
figures that I did have. So I don't know if that's something that you ran into as
Yep.
well, but what do you think of this?
I think it might just be a repaint for the most part. It's got that cool entrance jack, or I don't even know what you'd call that.
It's looking
Entrance
like a Viking
sleeve.
Raider right here.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Hell yeah.
So that's a nice little touch, but it's kind of like I'm guessing that they repainted him and he's a little more plain than he was, and here comes some of your budget.
Here comes some of your budget, yeah. And I think like a lot of the tattoos as well. I remember on the Luchasaurus figures popped as well. And I see that same thing going here. The nice colors are shining through. They're popping through, which is really I like to see that. But this is a pretty plain Jane, just all black. And I wish we did get like the hints of red that we can see on the back of the packaging and on like the standalone shot of the actual, of the talent as well on the front of the box. We can see the red in the hair and the mask. I'm a stickler for the color red. Duh. Hello, I just said that, man. Justin was wishing this was an all blue attire, but it's fine.
We've all got our dreams.
His autograph is funny. I wonder if this is the first time he signed something as Kill Switch. Because does he sign like at cons and stuff as Kill Switch? Because like, I'd still want to be like signing it as Luchasaurus. I'm not too sure. Because he will be Luchasaurus to me forever and always. I think that's the story they're trying to tell on TV. It's kind of like the Otis Chad Gable.
Yeah, forever. Yeah.
Forever. Kill Switch, Luchasaurus forever. But yeah, moving on, man. What else do we have in this wave? Because I know this wave gets pretty extensive. This is our first rare chase figure that we see of the wave. This is 1 of 5,000. Adam the Copeland. It's coming with a sculpted beanie on it. He's looking so angry. He's so mad. He's gonna do something about it. This is his first, I think, our first promo attire for an Adam Copeland. Maybe. This is the same goes. I think there's the standard release in this wave. But speaking on this chase, what do you think for what they did for picking the chases and the rares?
This is one I wouldn't have done, but I mean, to be pretty blunt, I think they skimped too on the shirt here. I don't think that he comes with the shirt, and I think he was.
I can see his like chest underneath the vest.
Yeah. I don't know. This just isn't an exciting one to me. I would have rather seen like a swerve chase.
Yeah. Dude, we need that damn. I was gonna say another mic. We need a mic counter as well. I think I need to get a mic counter ticker just along the screen. Mike Friday. But I wonder when we're gonna get that Hangman Swerve full gear attire from Swerve, and I think they're gonna wait out on a Blood and Guts pack for that. Surely, I think that's what they're. I think they're in the planning stage of that. If not, we're probably gonna see that pretty soon. But yeah, like there is another standard release in this wave as well. I believe that might come with the shirt. We don't have photos of it here, but I think that does come with the shirt, and it comes with a different head scan, like a more smiley head scan, which I think it's a better likeness. I'm not too sure. I I think there's just something with the paint apps that it's just a little bit of a miss right now, but I think it could be early product, This is not in hand, this was at Toy Fair.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, like, there are better options than this, but I mean, if you don't have faith that this is going to sell at retail, I totally see, and you're like hell bent on making this. I totally see why you would put it here as one of 5,000.
Yeah, yeah, I do agree there. But what else do we have in the wave? Because I think
I'm here. I'm here for this.
Yeah. Babe with the power, dude. We have Willow Nightingale. Her first release is from AEW Jazzwares. We have the standard on the left and the chase on the right. Man, I really like the look of both of these figures, honestly. But if I had to pick, I love the chase figure a ton. I think that looks fantastic. Even on the back of the box, I think if you wanted to keep it mock-wise, I do like the back image on the chase figure more so because it has the TBS title there. And it would have been even cooler if we could have seen that TBS title here, maybe even resized, because I know that was a little big maybe as well. I never got that Jade Cargill figure. I don't know if you got that one.
Yeah, that championship is huge.
Yeah, so I was gonna say they probably followed the model of the TNT title that they have already sculpted, right?
Yeah, which was ridiculously big too.
It's insane. But hopefully another resize for that. I mean, we only just got the height fix for Moxley, so let's hope that's not too far into the future. My hair this whole episode, man, this is crazy. I'm getting hair like Willow Nightingale. It's gonna be frizzy and tied up by the end of this. But I think where my bread is buttered, for one, I think how I make a perfect Willow is get the head sculpt from the chase and put it onto the regular standard attire, right? Like that's, to me, I hope I can achieve that someday.
Definitely, they're definitely different, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just couldn't tell for sure.
If you can see on one, like, the hair on the standard for release, for one, it's like tied back like this.
Oh.
And then on the chase, it's like even frizzier. It's like in front of the hair, and the mouth I think is even different as well. Like the kind of way her mouth shape is, it looks more open, whereas the standard looks like a teethy sort of smile. If I'm just like analyzing these images, but that's what I need to try and do that fix up. But what do you think of these?
I love Willow, and I'm so excited to get a new character. So this sort of moves to the top of my list for this wave. I wonder if she's big enough. Like, I can't tell from these photos, but I think this is I do love that chase figure. I really want that rare figure, and I'll pay up for it.
I can tell you're craving it, dude.
Yeah.
I don't doubt you. I don't blame you for it, actually. But I think I think you bring up something like a pretty fair, valid criticism. Like, I don't think it's like proportionate to be like completely accurate, I think she is the babe with the power. I mean, she's like a curvy queen, right? And she like is probably, I think she's very prideful, like, in that, and I want to see that represented in a figure properly, and like proportionately, I guess you can say. But yeah, this for a first go around, it's not the worst, right? Like, I've seen way worse first go arounds for talent when it comes to figure releases.
And she didn't get
but yeah,
she didn't get the treatment of just having a chase figure either. So I think that's pretty exciting that they gave her both.
Yeah. Like, I like, it always feels like a slap in the face a little bit when we only get the one talent per chase, right? Like that one Takeshita or whatever the hell. Like, that was like, oh, but you could have gotten a mainline Takeshita at retail, but now it's a chase. But I think they did it perfectly here, where you have the chase if you do want a chase, but if you also want that standard edition for your roster, because Willow Nightingale is like one of the top in like the women's division, in my opinion, in AEW. So this is like a sought after talent from me. Exactly.
Yeah.
Gosh darn. Definitely picking up that Willow figure. Yeah, me too, Fano. And he also says, or they also say, what's up with no TBS belts since Jade? I wonder that, because was that Jade like an exclusive?
Yes, the 2-pack with Britt Baker.
Right, okay. Yeah. Okay. So.
And
it was at Amazon, wasn't it? It was exclusive.
It was Amazon. There might have been another TBS title somewhere in the line that I can't think of, but that's where it stand out. That might have been the only time that we've gotten it.
And you know what I think? If I'm simmering on this enough, I'm like, I think it's the lack of talent in the way it's represented. Because I think probably when Willow had this gear, or yeah, I could be proved wrong by the photo on the back, but you know, when she first debuted this gear, she might not have had the TBS title yet, but in the photo there, she does have it. So I'm not too sure what the case could be with that. The Shop AEW one comes with it, exactly. Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of, Joe. But yeah, like I do wonder maybe the next Statlander release that we get or something like that, they're gonna do a TBS title. Who knows? Who knows? But
hey, if we're talking budget, I would have sacrificed that to get that Swerve robe. So that's, you know, the trade-offs. But we're up to 2 mics.
Does she have a? Yeah, she doesn't come with a microphone. So we're already cutting right now. she doesn't have any microphones here, dude. We're already starting something. Okay.
An all microphone pack.
If they have an accessory pack, there's got to be a microphone.
Yeah.
There. I would love to see an AEW another accessory pack. They've done like a few weapons packs, I know, right?
Yeah.
Let's get it again. I love our accessory packs. I want more. How about that? Moving on. Let's talk about Mr. Saints, Mr. Stanks himself. Okay, Ricky Starks. This is gonna be his final mainline release figure. It looks to be from Jazzwares if you don't count the Walmart that just came out. Joe says it should have come with the first Monet figure. Yeah, it does that come with the TBS title? Because I know we've seen renders of that.
We don't know. We don't know what's up with that made-to-order figure. Or whatever it was. It was supposed to be a Shop AEW exclusive.
Well, guess what? I'm parched.
Okay. So this Ricky Stanks.
Like now I got you saying it. It's
I know.
a curse, isn't it? I'm sorry. What do you think of this?
I want to see this soft goods entrance jacket. I want to see how it fits on this figure. And I can't tell for sure. It looks like it's a little baggy, a little too big, but I can't tell if that's because his hand's up or if that's because it's too baggy.
It looks like his boyfriend's baggy hoodie. You know what I mean? Like he's like they're teenagers. I've got my boyfriend's baggy hoodie on, and we're chilling, right? I think it looks a little bit baggy. I don't know if it fits as well as it looks like it does on the photo of the talent, right, on the front of the box of Ricky himself. I don't think it but again, it's going to be something we're going to have to see in hand, but for the most part, it does look a little oversized.
NXT and chill.
NXT and chill. Yeah, dude. Okay, and how else are you gonna do it if you don't get this figure with the oversized vest, brother?
That's right.
Okay. But yeah, I'm glad we got like an entrance vest with this because he did start repping the entrance vest a lot before. Yeah, his I think eventual. I was gonna say go away from his eventual go away from AEW. If that makes any sense, but
it does.
But yeah, like this is the first time we're getting a Ricky with an entrance kind of coat. Again, if you don't count the Walmart exclusive, which is just like a whole other thing in itself, man, compared to this. But I do like the red and black attire. I think the attire itself underneath, I wish we got better photos of, but I am very excited to see this attire in hand, and probably gonna get this, dude. I'm a big Ricky fan, so. And I don't know, man. What have you been watching NXT lately? What do you think of Ricky Saints?
I've seen some of it. What I've seen of him in NXT, it hasn't connected with me. It's
I think it's because of the expensive fragrance.
There's just parts of the character that were great elsewhere that just haven't really found their footing there yet. Hopefully they do. I thought it was funny that people were chanting that Tony dropped the ball or whatever, and man. Like, yeah, I haven't seen it yet to think that, but I think he'll do well there. I just haven't seen it yet. I just feel like they haven't set him up to succeed so far.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, where is the mic? I'm gonna run out. Exactly.
That's why you need our new mic pack.
Coming to exclusively on Figure Friday. Use code ICON to save 0% because that's not happening.
Use code ICON.
You all need a raise. This is fantastic. I don't pay you to begin with. But like this is a great like send off figure. Honestly, if this or the Walmart. You know, I think I might have to agree with you there. Like, I think where Ricky Starks is at his best, or Ricky Saints is at his best, is when he has that chip on his shoulder, where he has something to prove. And I think, like, especially toward the end run of his AEW, like, you know, run there, I feel like he had a lot to prove. Mm-hmm. And you could see it in his promos, you could see it in his passion as well. But for now, like, he's really comfy. And I'm glad he's getting comfortable, but I really want him to stop, you know, really, like, hauling ass and getting some people in these feuds, you know, really verbally sticking it to him. What's up, Nacho? By the way, holy hell, I feel like your profile picture. I was not a fan of Starks in AEW. NXT is where he needs to be. That's hey, that's fair too. Yeah. You know, like that's a fair call to make. I think like the NXT model maybe is pretty. It's pretty great for Ricky. It's pretty great for Pretty Ricky. How about that? But I wonder if he's gonna get that main roster sort of, I don't know, work. I wonder. I want to see it because I think he has like promo ability. I think like if you throw him in the deep end, he'll swim. You know, sort of thing. I think he's proved that time and time and again. So I'm a big Ricky fan. I'm just a mark at the end of the day. Moving on. Exactly, he can work in it.
There we go.
Yeah, and that's a great way to put it. And you know what else is a great way to put? I don't know what I'm doing. Freaking FTR Living Legends pack, man. Exclusively to Jazzwares. I think this is Jazzwares Vault. This is gonna be like a 1 of 3,000, maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Talk my ear off about this, dude. What do you think? First freaking things, man. You remember what those are? VHSs, don't you?
I do. I lived it. Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
I used to sling VHS tapes, so.
No way.
Yeah.
You probably tape traded with my grandma freaking Toy Story 2 back in the day or something.
I used to work at a video store where we rented out VHS tapes. So
that's cool as hell.
Yeah.
Dude, I miss the old good days of video stores. Seriously. Like, I genuinely miss those.
I mean, me too. So these are great. I'm excited about these because this was on my list for most wanted figures of 2025, and here they are. They figured out a way to get them into the line. We didn't know these were coming. They were a total surprise at New York Toy Fair. Dax has the mustache. Cash has the updated look. They both have the jackets. They've got the Ring of Honor tag team titles that they can make.
Oh, man, it's so weird. I find that so weird still.
Yeah. And you compare these with your Briscoes because I believe these are supposed to be Ring of Honor FTR.
Oh, shit. Yeah, dude. That would make complete sense because I feel like they did have a white and red attire with that dog collar match. Like, I'm pretty sure from memory. But my memory is not the greatest, so I don't trust it a lot of the time. But if I were to trust it, I feel like it would match really nicely with it. Yeah, hell yeah, then. A new Dream Match. I was like, I'm going to wait for Dream Match to correct me because I know for a fact he saw that and he knows what I'm talking about. So yeah, dude, like, that's a great call to make, Justin. The jackets are looking really nice. Like, they're bomber sort of jackets, I'm pretty sure, right? Mm-hmm. Look at the different, like, you can see the differences in material at the sleeves, at the coat, like, kind of sheen, the pleather sheen, right? And then at the collar as well. The color detail, what's going on? I love this, man. This is fantastic. I'm glad I never picked up an FTR until now. These are going to be the first ones I pick up. Man, I really wanted to as well because they're one of my favorite tag teams going today. And this is going to be just a must-have for me.
And look at Cash. He's got chest hair.
Dude. Wow. And dude. Good.
Peeking out there.
And it does look like it's a different torso for Cash as well. I don't know if you guys can see that, because it was more of that pudgier. I don't want to say pudgier, but it looks more of that pudgier sort of thing. Instead of that other formula that they use for other cash wheelers or the stuff, right? It looks like a normal.
This is what I want more of from Jazzwares. Like, right your wrongs, get some of these attires out there that people want, get some updated looks out there, figure out ways to work it in. This is one way to do it, and I'm very happy that they're doing it.
Yeah, there you go, the MJF torso. Yeah, dude, and Cash looks more cut here. I hope he has that mullet as well he was rocking.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like he might have that, which the likenesses on these are fantastic. Like these, the best FTR I think that we have so far, and I can't wait to get these in hand. Just wish we could get the more accurate sort of tag titles at some point.
Yep.
Moving on though. Best FTR figures to date.
On this day,
they both scream clearly. Look at those head scans. What do you think of this coming to fall 2025 only at Target? It's going to be a 2-pack Target exclusive from World's End. What a memory that was, where I think, what is it? Adam Copeland won the TNT title, and then Christian was like, actually, yoink? And something like that. I can't remember. This was definitely a pay-per-view.
Yes.
What do you think of this pack coming out?
I don't hate it. I don't love it. I mean, it's just somewhere in between. It is a different Christian attire than the one that we just saw in the Unrivaled 17. So I can dig that. Those arms are just screaming at me like they're the previous arms from him. And then on that first Christian figure, and then like the heads though, I mean, I know these are renders, so I will try and reserve judgment, but I hope these aren't just giant screaming heads.
Oh boy. Yeah. Dude, there is some like uncanny valley territory that they step into when it comes to screaming scans, and I think like we saw this on some Mattel releases as well. Like for one, the RVD, the Ultimate Edition that came out, that is like a real uncanny sort of likeness. The Cody Rhodes screaming scan has like it's like, oof, that's a big jaw, dude. And so I wanted to see, like, I really am curious to see how these look in hand. Wondering why Copeland doesn't have his elbow pads. Maybe he just didn't have them in this match. But again, yeah, Dream Match is saying skinny ankles on Mr. Cage again. Yeah, because this is the same formula as his prior, I think, mainline. Easy pass for me as well, I think, as well. Yeah, I'm kind of reserved on it. I am a huge like Christian and Cope fan, so I am reserved on this. But I for right now, I think it's a skip for me.
If this is $20 in the aisles at Target, it's going to be a hard one to pass up on just for the price point. Okay. Just like that MJF Moxley pack, which I was like, you give me a Moxley or a MJF robe, new Moxley attire, updated MJF look. I was like, that's a pretty great value, but
this can come out cheaper than just an MJF that you'd get a standalone for that.
For real,
like with those. So yeah, that makes a great point. Wait for clearance if you guys want to desperately on this pack, because I think regardless, it could be that $20 price range again. That first 2-pack came in, and yeah, Dream Match said the Mania 22 tribute attire is very cool. Yeah, the Mick Foley match, bang. There you go. It's very, very cool. I like that tribute, if you will.
We're working our way there.
Oh, we're working on it, dude. I did not expect this to be a damn 2-hour episode. Okay?
Neither did I. But I'm so sorry. That Copeland Edge WrestleMania 22 tribute attire. Remember, we already got that Elite figure with the test head.
Oh, that was a hilarious release.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That China is still rotting shelves over here. I don't know.
Oh no, she.
There.
Yeah,
Okay.
She still makes an appearance here.
Oh, one night in China. That's a few nights in China. I'll tell you that much. That's
Now you're working on getting canceled. Let's get to these Mattel Creations reveals.
Hush you. If I'm getting back, I just saw this a little bit ago, so I do want to get into this comment. But if I am getting back into action figures, what's one thing you would say? I want to get your dream match, Justin, and you guys to do a little tidbit as well on this. But I think one thing I'd say, I don't know. Do you have anything off the top of your dome? Don't get in debt. I don't know.
Yeah, collect what you want. Like collect. Don't feel like you have to be a completionist on anything.
Yeah, that's a great. That's
says the guy surrounded by like 30 figures on his desk right now.
Trust in ringside.
Don't trust in Walmart.
Yeah, don't trust in Walmart. Trust in ringside. Well, we don't have Walmart in Australia,
well,
so that's one thing that he's safe from already. But yeah, that's a great like point to make. Don't try and be a completionist if you don't want to. You can skip out on figures because odds are there will probably be another instance to get that talent and maybe even in a better figure or a better attire that you want. So have a collecting goal. There you go. My goal is to be financially in debt week to week, and I'm succeeding a lot so far. So I can't be happier than that. Any final takeaways you think as well? What was something that you think you wish you could tell yourself back when you first started collecting?
Oh, well, I mean, you mean this time around?
Either time around. I feel you there.
I thought I was just buying one Ultimate Warrior Elite figure, and maybe a CM Punk, and then like I was like, oh, maybe I want that Macho Man too, and just how things can snowball. So I'd probably just say, be careful how things can snowball.
That's probably the
maybe get a support group, or else you're gonna end up on Figure Friday against your will.
Dude, Figure Friday FF, it's like the new AA. Like seriously, Figures Anonymous. Okay. But I think one more thing I want to touch on before we get into these Mattel Creations reveals, because there was a little bit to talk about, and I can't wait to get into them. But I think scour eBay, especially because if you are just getting into collecting now, chances are people have listed, inbox figures that they're just, wanting to give away for really cheap. So there's always like, I'd say, filter your search on eBay to be like in Australia only or whatever country you're in only, and see like the cheapest options that you can get and be like, oh, and then you might have to snowball because then it starts adding up.
and make sure you ask every one of them that doesn't mention it if they smoke.
Oh yeah, dude.
Because that's a hard lesson to learn down the line. Is if you're not a smoker, and you don't like the cigarette smoke, like,
man, tell me a story. Are there any instances where you had that where it was like pretty bad that you? It was like, oh, this guy smoked this Ultimate Warrior smells like 10 packs of cigarettes.
Yeah, definitely, and it's like the figure was smoking.
With the new feature, the new technology comes with free tobacco. Let's not. Okay, this Mattel revealed though.
Let's do it.
Let's stop yapping and let's keep yapping about these.
Steve Ozer, do you smoke?
Yes. No.
Because these do.
Because they're smoking hot. Okay, like. No, I'm just, I don't know. Just like Scott Steiner, maybe. Just like Big Papa Pump, okay? We're getting the chainmail. We're getting the title. We're getting the 3 head scans that we did see initially that was going to come with the crowdfund Nitro stage from way back, if you guys remember. And I'm kind of like thrilled they went with a singlet-less attire, if that makes any sense. I'm glad we can see his freaking striations, for one, because this is a new torso mold. So I really wonder, like, who else we're going to be seeing this torso sculpt on other people. This could work for, like, a Batista, in my opinion. Just, get not Papa Pump arms, because they're on, like, another freaking world, whatever they are. Whatever he's pumping into those arms, okay? He's Big Papa pumping those arms up.
Yeah.
Anyway, what do you think of this one?
I love this one.
Pretty excited to get into this one.
I need a tiger with this one. This is so dope. I'm glad they're hitting this look of Scott Steiner.
He looks fat.
Oh, come on.
He's fat, damn it. Oh man, TNA Scott Steiner was hilarious.
Man,
please,
yeah, there's a 33 1/3 chance that this is awesome. Maybe even more than that. Like, I need to do some Steiner math, but
yeah,
I love this
2/3
figure.
and a 1/3 chance that you like this.
I think this is a major upgrade over the Elite. I didn't even like that era of Scott Steiner in WWE. I thought they kind of did him dirty. This, I think, is great.
Do you remember
Dying Days of WCW?
Is this Dying Days of WCW?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What do you remember? What era when that Elite came out? Because I remember when that Elite came out, it kind of does remind me of this figure a little bit, just because of the red. But that Elite had the red tights. This has like more of the red boxer shorts. Do you remember what era that Elite was from?
I think it's the jobbing to Triple H and getting paired up with Stacy Keibler era.
We went through the trenches, man.
Yeah.
Look, we made it out the other side. It's fine. But yeah, dude, what do you think on this maybe compared to getting the WCW Nitro Ultimate? Is there one that you would rather have gotten?
I mean, the WCW Nitro one is sort of definitive Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump, NWO. So
yeah,
this is WCW champion. He's the guy along with Booker T, that type of feud era. So yeah, I'd probably prefer the original one that would have come with the Nitro stage, but this is a nice consolation prize, and I'm still hopeful that they'll make that one the white singlet Scott Steiner in an Elite, because they won't do an Ultimate.
Yeah, I wonder if there is something restricting them from making it an Ultimate, or is it if it's just them thinking, we missed out on it. This was your chance to get it.
Yeah, I mean, they said that they would.
You lose, sort of.
Yeah, exactly. They said they would not make those in that form. So
yeah.
And they've largely held to that, other than making them elites.
Yeah, because we did see that, the Monday Night Wars, exactly, yeah. And that just reminds me, I hope to Jeebus, I hope to all things holy, that we can get that damn Pastamania Hogan sometime, whenever, hopefully. It wasn't even possible with the Nitro stage, but I'm thinking like San Diego Comic-Con exclusive someday, one of these days. I don't know. But moving on, before we move on, I do wonder if this big gold is going to be the new one we saw on Rick Rude.
I would think so, and I hope that this is the floodgates opening on the Steiners. Like, we got the ringside Ultimates. It's felt like it's taken a long time to get a follow-up, so I'm glad that there's more in the pipeline.
Yeah. Nacho says Mattel keeps making figures with attires from like 30 years ago instead of making updated figures. So I think they do this. I think they do both, right? So I think the reason that we get so many attires that are from like 20, 30 years ago is because they've been made in other forums, but like LJN, right? And plus they're always still pumping up updated. What do you think of Nacho's take, Mr. Justin?
I think that Mattel also knows that there's a lot of people like me who are into nostalgia, and they have disposable income now. And so there are a lot of people like me who are going back and collecting things that they probably couldn't have collected, 20 years ago. And that's why. And they're tapping that nostalgia vein from the 1980s and 1990s and 2000s. So,
yeah. Yeah, we're on that payroll. No, I'm just kidding.
That too.
We're playing devil's advocate now. But yeah, I think they do it all right. They don't do the best job of pumping out, updated figures, because I feel like, they still do it. Not saying that they don't, but I think like the Ultimate Edition series for the past fair few waves has been there's been like a lot of legends, but there's been updated characters here and there as well pumped in. Payroll, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, this is the first time I'm finding out about this. No, But yeah, like I think I don't know. I kind of feel you on that though, Nacho. I do agree to a certain extent. But do you agree with me on a certain extent on this damn sim? Oh, this is amazing. Holy, I just want to. Can I just say just one for the episode? Holy shit! Hell yeah, dude. This looks nice, man. I can't wait.
So is it? I've had this conversation with somebody else. Are these the ringside exclusive Punk heads, but with this ECW era Punk hair?
It looks like not that smiling one, because I don't think the one in the middle we've seen, right? I think
it feels like the straight face and the screaming are those heads, just with different hair.
Yeah, like I think the screaming is identical to the. I'm burping. There's so much. This is a good figure. I'm burping. I'm yawning. My body is telling me to stop not talking about CM Punk. So here we go. No, I think that screaming scan is exactly a 1-to-1. You know, apart from the hair, obviously, with the likeness, if the likeness is concerned about that old Ultimate Edition, the Money in the Bank one that we saw not long ago. I even think the straight face scan is slightly modded to be new, because the Ultimate Edition that we did see, it had a smirk. It had a pretty. Bro was just a chill guy, you know. Bro was just he's smoking, hands in his pockets. He's a chill guy. So I think this is like in of itself a new sculpt, maybe just edited a little bit to be a straight face, right? And for that, I'm gosh darn excited to get this, man. I'm excited to get like a fair few of these. Happy 50th anniversary. Or no longer in the PG era.
Fuck
we
yeah.
Haven't been the. That's awesome. We haven't been the entire time accidentally. Imagine if we were on the USA Network. We're like getting reprimanded every episode. We're getting slaps on the wrists. Here, there, and everywhere. But I think for one, the scan in the middle, right? The smiling scan. I think that might be directly taken from the ringside exclusive, you know, ECW Punk from way back when, from that Elite. So that just might be some new technology. Who knows? But there's one thing I'm very, very excited to get this in hand for. I want to get a couple of these in hand. For one, just to have a standalone figure from this era of this Punk, right? With this attire, with the shirt, with the belt, because everything is all encapsulating. So nice, man. I love this figure to bits. But one thing I do want to do as well is get this updated head scan, like the neutral scan, and see if you can make it like, I don't know, paint the beard up, you're right, to be like a modern day Punk, but cut the hair a little bit like to its ear length or whatever, because he has like that long hair now. I don't know. I'm probably wishful thinking this. I'm getting customs ideas out the wazoo just looking at this thing. But yeah, man, where do you think this scales on CM Punk releases we've gotten since he's come back to the company, and just generally, what do you think of this?
It's a solid release. I think it's probably a nice update from the ringside exclusive ECW Punk that we got before. This one in yellow, that one in red. I don't know where this is going to come from. I think it might be a Mattel Creations exclusive.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm not too sure. Yeah.
Kind of hope so, and because they're really good at delivering and giving you the figures you pay for. So yeah, I'm down for that. And yeah, I think it's nice to see them hitting an era of Punk that they haven't really tapped into.
Yeah, exactly, man. Like, and for one, I wonder, this looks like the Great Muta torso that they're using, which I don't know if that's more accurate, but I think it's more of a slim kind of build for CM Punk compared to that new Ultimate Edition that he has. Yeah, it looks pretty identical to me. And I'm not sure if that's just me seeing that.
No, I think you're right.
The smartest person in the world. I'm probably the smartest person in the world, maybe.
You might be.
At least my grandma probably thinks that, honestly. And she probably thinks I'm the handsome young lad. We said this off air. But yeah, like one thing Dream Match said here is the wrist tape is game changing. Like, that's one thing that Magic almost has brought over, dude. Thank the heavens, dude. This is fantastic. This is so nice. I wonder if he had more of a hand in sculpting any of this or doing anything else on this, but this looks, yeah. Give me all your thoughts. Give me your brain.
No, I love that. If that's sculpted wrist tape, that's game changer. And I would like to see that on every Punk going forward. I don't care if it's Elite or Ultimate.
Yeah. And it's going to be great too because with the arms popping out, you could put this on the updated CM Punk, the Money in the Bank, I mean, Ultimate Edition. You could pop that on that. Even you can take the arms, boil it up, take the arms off by the bicep and put it on your Elites, fix them up. This is going to be great. I can't wait to see what else they do with CM Punks in the future. Oh man. Get me out of here. Dude, yeah. CM Punk, Jeff Hardy, Kenny Omega in one episode. Of course we're going 2 hours. Gosh darn.
Let's talk about Mark.
Oh, man. Mean Mark Calloway, obviously. Yeah. No, this is a brand new iteration of the sort of Phantom of the Opera Undertaker, I like to call him. What do you think on this? I know this is more up your alley, maybe. I want to see, is this your bread and butter Undertaker look? Where does this rank on looks for you?
I was always partial to the gray Undertaker that we got in the Amazon exclusive with the gobbledygooker. So that's more of my wheelhouse for Undertaker or Attitude Era, SummerSlam with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Those are sort of like the Undertakers that I prefer. But this was kind of a weird time. It's a lot of bad wrestling.
Is this New Gen era?
Yeah, this is
okay. When you said bad wrestling,
this is Wrestling Mabel and King Mabel getting your face smashed.
Hey, no Mabel trash talk.
Here, oh, I'm sorry.
That's the Mount Rushmore of pro wrestling you're talking about. We got Mabel. We got the other one. What was his other one?
Mo. Sir Mo.
Sir Mo Nuts. Need Mo Nuts. Rumble 1996 is when I remember him this way versus Brett. Okay, yeah. Like I do like the purple just for its toyetic kind of reasonings, I think the purple looks nice for one on a shelf maybe, but I think the gray was a really nice, the gobbledygooker, it's kind of set that you're talking about. I think that turned out really lovely, really nice. It was really clean figure. I thought it maybe had too much of a tan for it being Undertaker, but I thought it was a great kind of iteration.
I'm curious to see if that's a molded mask on there. It looks removable, like they have it as if it's removable, but I don't know, some of those heads with it looks like it might be molded on, which would be a first. So I think that's sort of interesting too.
And another thing, Dream Match is saying, is the jacket plastic? So they have a photo of like the older Elite on the right, on the very right. But I'm hoping at least, they go the route of the pop-out shoulders and you can throw the jacket shoulders in, the arms in, and the vest over it sort of thing. Like the jacket, like the sculpted jacket sort of thing. But they could go cloth route.
My guess is cloth. I think that this is probably just a repaint, essentially, of that Amazon exclusive to a degree. Maybe some tweaks on the chest, construction. But I'm guessing that there's a lot of reuse here.
Yeah. I wonder, if that mask is removable. I know for some renders and stuff like that, they have the accessory on the head scans to see what it looks like, and then always off to the side as well. So, not sure. Gonna see how that looks in hand, but it's not a bad likeness whatsoever. But definitely a skip for me. It's just not my wheelhouse of collecting, if you will.
Makes me think of that first Jax wave.
Oh man, is that a good thing?
Yeah, there's some nice nostalgia there.
Okay, I'll respect that. I like a good nostalgia. I'm a little bit of a sucker for nostalgia. Okay, they call me Nostalgia Storm. They call me Nestorm. Just shorten it to that. Moving on though, we do have some more from the Mattel revealed. I want you to take it away on these because I know there's a Warrior in there, and I know you like some Warrior.
I would like to see that era of Warrior more represented in the modern scale Elite line. So I'm a little hopeful that this sort of spurs that. It's good to see that Bobby the Brain Heenan is back in the fold. I think that is possibly a game changer for getting more elite and ultimate style figures.
Definitely.
You've got Virgil double fisting some $100 bills, and then
he just went to a convention.
Yeah,
all this stuff.
Superstar Virgil.
Yes, dude.
And then King Harley Race.
Harley Race, man.
I think one of the things that stands out on some of these figures is I'm not a collector of these retros. I think that there's a lot of reuse going on here too, as far as body types.
Yeah, definitely.
So not something I'm going to buy, but for the people who want them, great. And then for us, even better that Bobby the Brain is a possibility in the modern scale line.
Dude, when is the last time we've gotten a Bobby Heenan Elite? Because I'd love to get this attire.
I think it was the Weasel Suit Legends figure.
The Legends figure, right? The Legends Elite. I would love to see this attire in Elite form. This reminds me of like the heel. Is it the Heels and Faces or
Epic?
What is it? The Epic Toys. Yeah, I was gonna say the Cella Toys like released a scale sort of similar to this. Was it this exact look or like similar look?
I think it was the red jacket, like the sparkly red jacket, and I would love to see that. I want more Bobby the Brain Heenans in jackets.
Get this for an Elite, and then that could be the chase. Boom, whole Bobby the Brain Heenan wave.
And they really have only done one of the Bobby Heenan jacket. It's the black jacket in the Fan Central Elite line, which was ages ago. Yeah. Like the other Elites have been either Weasel Suit or the WrestleMania 3, which are great moments, but they're not like definitive Bobby Heenan.
I agree with that. Yeah, I need someone for my commentary, please. I need Nick Storm and Bobby the Brain Heenan.
And Gorilla Monsoon's back in the fold too. Yeah.
Dude, I mean, that's the 4-man commentary team that no one asked for. That's a
and Excalibur.
Nightmare. Oh man, Nightmare Blunt rotation. Okay, yeah. That's insane. But yeah, I'd love to see another Bobby the Brain Heenan, especially in this look. Something sparkly would be fan-freaking-tastic. And yeah, just more Harley races in general. How about that? I mean, we have already all the Harley races I think we need. I want more.
Yeah.
I want
greedy.
More Harley race. Yeah. He's the real world's championship. Okay. Also, I'm going to take this freaking IC title because, retro size IC title is very cool. And I'm going to propose with it, I think. I don't even think you need a ring nowadays.
Not with that, no.
Because I think that's like, I could probably fit someone's ring finger if you wanted. I don't know. Hey, yo, let's not hover on this topic too long. Next, we got some superstars. Some Mattel revealed superstars, dude. And it's a 2-pack. Have they done a 2-pack before?
Nope.
In the superstars
this is the first one.
The brand spanking new, dude. First 2-pack that Mattel have done in the superstars line. And it is a Dusty and Cody Rhodes, man. Oof.
Yep.
This is nice. I like to see this. Hey, wait. Are you Dusty Rhodes?
I might be. Actually, he was.
Grab the 10 pounds of gold and prove it. Okay. But no, I like how these look. I'm not a superstars collector at all, but I can appreciate this line a ton. And I do appreciate the accessories that they get. A lot of the accessories that they put into the superstars figures, they fit on the Elites as well, and you can always interchange them. So I think that, for one, is pretty cool and something that's like a redeeming factor of this line for me. But yeah, man, what do you think of these?
I think these are really cool. It's not anything I need. This is a good test case, I think, to see if the Superstars line will do well on Mattel Creations. I think they picked 2 guys that are pretty sure to make that they're going to be pretty positive that they're going to have good results with these guys. I like the accessories too. The 10 pounds of gold, I think, is very nice. You've got the Dusty Rhodes signature shirt. You've got that Cody Rhodes WrestleMania 39 shirt. So
Jack to Dusty.
Yep. And this is another test too. You've got a modern era guy in this line, so that doesn't happen a lot. So I think that there's a lot of interesting things going on with this to see, will it work, and if it can work on Mattel Creations, and if they'll stock them there, because I think that's been one of the things that has hurt the Superstars line is they're just not that available at some Walmarts. Some Walmarts you go in and they've got just about everyone. Some Walmarts you go in and there's nothing. So I think there's a lot of frustration.
There seems to be like a running trend, just from people who go do fig hunts and posted on Instagram, whatever the case. It's just like a trend that I see. It's like either there's stocked to the brim with everything, or there's like one Matt Jackson on the shelf and like nothing else. So it's cool to see them both in the gold style together. Yeah, dude, it's pretty cool, man. I like when they kind of can do stuff like this. It's pretty commemorative of a piece as well. Like, no doubt this probably means, like, it holds near dear to Cody and the Rhodes family, man. Like, something I would like to see, and I have made the joke about this in the past, is the Rhodes Dynasty 3-pack. The Rhodes Legacy 3-pack, if you will. You get these two guys, and you throw in Pharaoh, of course.
Ooh.
Whatever merch deal Pharaoh's on, if he needs to sign a Legend deal, put his paw in some ink and have him do a paw print on a contract. Let's get some Pharaoh, okay? I like some of that.
If we got a Larry, why not a Pharaoh?
That's what yeah, exactly. That's the thought process right there, dude. I'm like, Larry, Pharaoh, they have a match of the year. For some reason, I think they're perfect to be in the same pack, both blonde. Yeah, man. I mean, duh. Get every blonde person in a 20-pack. I want that Cody head on a normal figure as well. So yeah, that looks like to be a new sculpt. I'm not too sure if that's a new sculpt. What do you think, Justin?
I can't really tell from here, but yeah, I mean, it looks pretty clean.
He's smiling, dude. He's grinning. And another thing I noticed to that extent as well with the head scan is I think he's like more tan of a skin tone as well. If you compare Dusty has like that more standard release sort of we see it's like probably the most common skin tone that the Mattel line use, right? In the elite waves and whatever the case, and for WWE. But I think like Cody has that like slightly tanner, like the ones that we I don't even know who you compare it to, man. Like, I don't know, Logan Paul or LA Knight or something like that. He has like that skin tone, and I wonder if that can be a trend. I wonder, how common of a trend that would be to switch it up and do for Elite as well. I don't know. Is that something that you'd be down to see? Are there any skin tone changes, do you think, that we need in these figures coming out?
That's a good question.
Just overall, in general, I think. Because
I think Drew McIntyre sort of stands out as a guy that's fluctuated a lot on skin tone. They went like super tan, and then they went super pale, and we're back to super pale. So I don't know. That's just the one that sort of stands out to me that's been really inconsistent.
It's weird. I remember, I think I asked Steve about that too. I asked Steve about it, and I think he said something to an extent like, oh, there's a lot of people working on the line, and different factories and different people working with those different factories. Like, there's different teams for stuff like that, I think. To paraphrase what he said, go watch the interview I did with Steven Magic. I can't freaking remember.
I think that I think you're onto something though, but because it's like you think about like Warrior and Hogan and Macho Man, those sort of guys. There's only been like, I want to say like one really tan Macho Man, which was the ringside exclusive. Obviously, they can't do Macho Man. Right? What's that? The Mega Powers, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Warrior, like, it's good to see him getting a tan. And then Hogan is just the most like inconsistent, because you've got the roasted tan, you've got the hot dog tan. Sometimes they just give him the most light skin that he's never had.
Yeah. It is interesting to see. And one thing I want to say that you're like, I think Drew McIntyre can probably benefit from like a skin tone, change as well in that regard. But this is like this is like nitty gritty nitpick, really weird thing to take account of, right? I'm a weirdo. Welcome to Figure Friday. What is it, first time here? But I think someone who could benefit as well from that skin tone change is CM Punk nowadays, man. He's a lot more tan than I think. I don't know. Than I normally remembered him.
Yeah.
Man. I don't know if he's just more red or whatever the case. His pink skin tones are coming out, dude. Thanks Netflix. I think maybe it's because of the cameras that they have on Netflix. I don't know.
I think he's hitting the tanning bed.
Yeah, he's definitely hitting the tanny bed. Look, how long can we hover onto this Dusty and Cody? Okay, we're talking about skin tones.
Speaking of tan, holy shit.
Speaking of tan, dude, we have the purveyor of tan himself. As we have birds squawking. Okay, because Matt Cardona is on screen. This is
pterodactyls.
Yeah, dude, we're getting prehistoric. There's pterodactyls. He could have been in the Jurassic Park attire, but you know it's okay. We'll wait on that. But yeah, this is I think new from Collect Major. I can't remember what series this is, but this is like it looks like a Funko Pop sort of like runaround. I don't know, man. I
Stars.
Hate it. Major Stars, is that the trademark, if you will? Major Stars. This is why
I believe that's what this is. Yeah, they showed them for the first time at San Diego Comic-Con last year, and yet they're exactly sort of loyal subjects-ish, Funko Pop-ish.
Yeah, like they kind of remind me of like the Foco that's been releasing as well. Which they've been doing pretty well as well, from what I've seen. But I don't hate the look of these. You know, I like the more kind of, like I said, the cartoony style is some people's aesthetic. Some people like to go that route. But I think these two are the ones that I'm going to be looking out for, especially that Danhausen, man. The reason I put this in the slides, I'm just kidding. I love you, Matt Cardona and Brian Myers. But Danhausen as well, I think he's fit for a wave like this. And this looks really toyetic, man. Not sure about you. I'm gonna try not to pass this up if I can find it anywhere. But what do you think on a line like this? And do you have space for it in your collection, do you think?
I don't think so. Maybe on a case-by-case basis. Like I could maybe have like one or something of Macho Man or Danhausen, but it's not anything that I'm actively seeking out. This is like my wife can't figure out what to get me type of gift.
And you already have all of these?
Yeah.
Or something like that?
I don't have any of these. And she's like, why not that? You know?
Yeah, I get that, man. Yeah, definitely. Like the Danhausen is probably like the hitter for me, but you know, they do have the license to make Macho Man. So let's see. Let's see what else they can. I don't know, man. Do you think has Major made any 6-inch scale figures?
They have not.
Do you think that might be something on the horizon?
Well, they had something, and I'm trying to think of what it was called, but it had Macho Man dropping the flying elbow, and it was more of like a finishing moves type thing. And I think that
I remember that.
I think I saw Cardona say that got shelved for now. Okay. Like they're focused on some other things, and clearly they're focused on these. They're doing the big rubber guys, which is cool. You know, could they do modern scale? Maybe, but that space is also getting very crowded, and I feel like that's an expensive space to get into too.
Yeah, so. And especially like with the King Kong Bundy, when it comes to wait times and stuff like that, you're probably looking at something a little bit more strenuous, right?
Yeah.
Compared to something like this, where it's less articulation, more sort of straight to the point. I think as a release, right? You don't. Yeah. It's not like you're not getting it for the points of articulation. You know
right.
What I mean?
Like big rubber guys are essentially a statue, you know.
No, they're the most articulated ever. 50 points.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. But yeah, I get you.
Major Bendy's was the same way. So.
Yeah. Do you have any Major Bendies?
I don't. No.
Dude, I just need every Danhausen being made. I think Danhausen, I'm looking at you. Give me everything that you have. Thank you.
This is a Danhausen podcast.
This is Danhausen Friday. But speaking of which, man, dude,
we'll be back tomorrow.
Speaking of Friday, we'll be freaking back tomorrow, which is crazy. If you guys haven't seen it or missed it, I don't know how the heck you've missed it, but we're getting the one, the only, Tom Mother Effin Sanford from Ringside Collectibles on Figure Friday tomorrow at a special time of 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I can't freaking keep up with the time zones. But look at his dashing face. You have the unsanctioned figures as well. We're going to be talking all about that. But for one, while I'm on the topic of... Oh my... That looks so good, dude. And you don't have the chase, no?
I do. They're in the other room.
The chase set looks... I really want the chase out of the two, honestly. I'm all for like the deep cut the kind of things. Go on.
I kind of want another one of the chase so I can make like do the mix and match and make the gold attire LOD, but
that's kind of insane.
Yeah,
that should be illegal.
That's too much.
You shouldn't be allowed to think like that.
I should not. No.
That's
kind of insane. Spending money on this head, like what are we doing?
What are we
21 hours from now, tomorrow, be here.
Yeah, dude, you understand? But one thing as well before we get out of here, dude, I want to touch on. We're on the topic of Danhausen, dude. In 2 weeks, what is it? Not this weekend, not next weekend, but the weekend after, dude. Danhausen is gracing the Australian. My Australian presence, I don't know. He might become the Australian icon just under my nose, and I will have to fight about it.
You're meeting Danhausen.
I'm meeting Danhausen. I'm eating Danhausen.
You're eating Danhausen?
Yeah. Look, that's just my Australian slang. Look, I said it sounded like I said meeting, but I'm bringing a knife and fork to our meet and greet. No, I'm very excited, man. Like I cannot. He's been one of my probably key talents since I've gotten back into collecting and back into wrestling in general that I've wanted to see, and so I'm very, very excited. And I think I remember he stopped by Iowa one time, right?
He did.
I think you got the chance to see him, dude. How this isn't Danhausen Friday, but how was that, dude? What can I look forward to?
He's super nice, very nice guy. He signed my Ring of Honor Danhausen. He signed it, Ring of Honor legend Danhausen, and then did a drawing.
Well, he's not wrong there. I
think. He absolutely is.
Yeah, John Honor. What was his name? Mark Honor, something like that. Ring of Honor legend Danhausen. Okay, yeah, dude, that Heels and Faces is not safe from a few weekends from now, man. It's gonna have signature all over it, but I'm gosh darn excited. Do I have to wear like a hazmat suit? Do I have to wear like a net for the teeth? I don't want the teeth getting in my mouth.
No,
I have those. I don't want like, because if I'm in the front row or a few rows back, I don't want to get hit with teeth and then now I have a new set. Like,
you gotta be brave, Nick. You gotta be braver than this.
You're right. I'm gonna work on this. I'm going to work on being brave, but for now, thank you so much for watching Figure Thursday. What? Figure Friday, okay? It's technically Figure Friday. This is the double feature week. I wanted to get something out for you guys out there, and I wanted to hassle my crew here because just so I could get, I don't know, something out for you guys when it comes to talking about the reveals from last week, especially because we were meant to go live and then, stuff happened, power outages. So I'm trying to make it up to you guys, but doing this, and plus this is just like a vanity project. Anyway, I love talking figures anyway, so it's not like I have anything else better to do, man. And yeah, I want for one thank Dreamman for putting the show together as well. You can find his link and Justin's link in the description anywhere you gosh darn can. But Justin, where can the people find you out there? What have you got cooking up?
WrestlingFigureNews.com. That's WrestlingFigureNews.com. You can find me there. WrestleFig News Pod on Instagram. Go give me a like and a follow, and yeah, subscribe to WrestlingFigureNews.com. Appreciate anybody who reads the site, checks it out, checks it daily. So,
yeah, dude, I am never off of that website. I'm actually checking it at this whole episode. Yep, I wasn't even looking. But no, guys, go do that, because if you're not, I got one question for you. why. Okay, pal. But if you don't, what am I talking about? If you do that, and you want to find everything Nick Storm You Gosh Darn Can, you can go to the link tree here. I should really get like a tiny URL or something. I hate Linktree. I'm just kidding. Linktree, thank you for having a free service. I don't know, but I need to make it like nickstorm.com or something like that. How about nick.com? Just that. I'll take that domain. Is that available, Justin?
Probably not. Jeremy Thedauer probably owns it.
Yeah, you're probably right there, dude. You're right. He owns everything at this point. But and if you guys want to do that, you can find our links everywhere in the description. But you know where to be tomorrow, and that is here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So we're just going live an hour before our normal time to talk with Tom Sanford, man. A great guest. I've talked to him before. I've had the pleasure to talk to him, but can't wait to do it again. And I thank you all for freaking stopping by. We'll see ya. Well, we're freaking looking at you next. Bye-bye. Did you enjoy this stream? Well, good, because after this stream ends, make sure to go onto my channel and binge watch every single one of my videos, because they're guaranteed a good chuckle or two. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye!
Nick Storm, the Australian icon.